Alright, so we had some technical issues and we lost the power, where it caused us to black out from the previous live stream. So here we go again with our anti-roll bar settings and the compression. So, huh, to visually represent you what anti-roll bar is, it basically, as you can see, the car is tilting to the left hand side if you're in the driver's seat, but on the screen it is towards the right hand side. So it basically restricts that and makes sure the car is rigid enough and doesn't roll over. So whenever a car topples, it could be that their anti-roll bar settings were very loose, and you can adjust the front and the back to make sure that it doesn't, like, according to your characteristics. So the tougher it is on the back end, the easier it is to oversteer. The rigider it is on the front end, the easier it is to understeer the car. So I like my car pretty balanced, and so I will keep it at 7.7. And now coming to dampening ratios, allows you to adjust the firmness of the damper, compression stroke. The dampeners are designed to limit the amount of stretch that suspensions bring, thereby minimizing unnecessary chassis movement. If the dampers are too firm during the suspension compression, then the suspension movement will be limited and stiff, causing the car to judder and jump. The front end can be adjusted in order to influence the car characteristics in a similar way. Well, I would like to show you more and read more about it, but I cannot go down right now because it requires my controller and I really don't know where it is. So we're gonna skip over that part, and expansion of the thing. Suspension, as stiff as the car it is, the more it will likely to be listening to you. So we have put the compression as low as possible. I think we can increase it a bit, but I'll have to test them out in a later run. So for now we'll just keep it at 4.2 and 4, 20 and 20, and dampening front is 31, letting the car pitch a little bit as I like the car. I really need to feel my front end as I ride a bike around, and I whenever I press the front brakes, the bike dives in on the front, which is really easier for me to visually understand what the car is doing, to be honest. And in the terms of handling characteristics, I really like the front end a little bit more than the back end, so I keep the expansion to the minimist on the rear end, and maybe that is why I spin around once in a while, but that could be mitigated through my driving. And the natural frequency is just a whole how do I explain a natural frequency? So it's just how much you feel that car through your back end on the steering wheel, something like that. I don't really much think about it. Yeah, so it's a whole different thing, so I just put it to my liking, which is about 4.2 and 4. Measure it afterwards, make sure that I like the car the way it is set up. Then I just enter the current race, qualifying time travel, so on and so forth. Well, why don't I make another video on it some other time? Right now I'm not much into the explanation part of it. I would rather like to drive. I really like to drive. Going slow is quite boring, to be honest, for me, so I end up speeding most of the time, which is not quite good. But going slow also gets people killed. What's the point? And here's the first lap. Alright, we bottled it on the first lap, half lap. Hopefully, no technical issues at this point of time. Starting P5 right beyond Kosha, and someone called Marcia Bull 91. And it seems to be a good pack with everyone being a BS driver. In short, for bullshit drivers. Let's say that. Anyway, let's bullshit our way through this race and see where we end up. I think I would be happy even if we just hold our position for this rig for no one's sake, just mine. Well, previously when I used to stream, it used to be on a game called GT Sport, which in turn actually means GT6, Gran Turismo 6, but now we have upgraded to Gran Turismo 7 on my PS4, which is quite odd. Means I'm not sure, I never thought a PS4, and that too not a pro version, just a regular version, would ever get a GT7 update, but it got. That just means we get to race in the current scheme of things. Whatever level it is racing and it's super fun. Look at that car, full blacked out with the golden tires, just looks beautiful, doesn't it? With that goddamn spoiler, should stop talking even in my head. Fuck the fuck. It's a whole lap we have to spend behind him before he gets that penalty sorted. And that's fine too. Don't mind that. A poor exit coming out of the corner, whatever this is. Focus, don't talk. 196.2 is the best laps you can do. Do them. We'll figure out the part of talking lighter. Just make sure you're winning races these days. We do win races, it's just that we cannot do it on the screen. Performance anxiety to bullshit. Just push. I've pitted the fool! I've pitted the fool! Contact heavy 50 to 70 kilos of contact. Could have been a better race, but not too shabby if one might say we lost 3 positions in this race. Okay, it was a worst race. Whew. Accept your defeat, Captain Tan. And Captain Tan does accept his defeat. Well, we are gonna go again and see what we can unbeat ourselves beaten. If even that is a thing. Whew. The lightning and the thunder out here in Bangalore is just goddamn crazy. It's lighting up the sky as if it's a daylight. Fantastic, if one might ever say. Well, I use that term a lot. And I don't think anyone uses that, to be honest, for every goddamn thing that I say. Or maybe the one is me. Nah. Anywho, we'll set the car up again and go for another run and see if we can yield any better results than P9, P8, and we have a blue on our SR and a DR. Well, that's what we like to see at the end of the race. Sit on. Oh, I have some missed calls. (9:24), one more race at 9:30. Oh well, if anyone had seen the MotoGP today, it was crazy. Marc Marquez was on fire. He could just have turned up the tires a bit faster. It could have been much better for him. But all in all, it was an exciting race to see. Well, Pecco takes the lead and Jorge Martin crashes out. Oh my, that was just a beauty to means it's not like I don't like Jorge Martin. I really admire his talent and the exceptional skills that he has got. But just that when there are a two-time world champion and then there is Marc Marquez in the competition, I don't really see a youngster coming in and just taking it all away. I would really like to see that Marc Marquez on that bike on a Ducati 2023 to take a step off the podium at the end of the year, in the sense that win the championship for 2024. Well, wouldn't that be fantastic? Well, it's a small Honda Cup, all three runners on the top step for Ducati, after which the KTMs are performing well as well, and the Yamaha has turned up the 1 lap pace for this weekend, but I'm still expecting a lot more from them. Not that they have some great riders, means I like Quartararo, not gonna lie, he's a fine driver, and I like Yamaha in general because, well, their bikes are just exceptionally well built and fantastic to ride, and the characteristics that they provide are just phenomenal. But yeah, there is a point where you just have to accept the truth and support the team which you want to see winning, or the person that you want to see winning, or the ones that are actually leading and then or fighting for the top positions. Well, to be honest, even when the Ferrari wasn't looking good, I was supporting them. So on the contrary, it's not too shabby, to be honest. Yamaha should be up there, but I don't really like any of their riders. I'm not very well averse with them, or I'm not really into that sport too much. I recently got hooked onto it, and it is super fun to watch. Not gonna lie, with the contact and the corner rings and something with the aero. It just doesn't fit right with me. Like, the bikes want to stay upright, and these people are trying to push lean. Like, come on, it's a bit of a sad patch, but let's see what the new era of 2025 brings in. But for this year, the racing is quite amazing on the top three. So yeah, do catch up on that if you ever get a time. It is looking fun out there. And speaking of racing, the F1 seems to be doing super good. with McLaren showing its performance, with the Ferrari being Ferrari. They do some good things, some bad things. We never know when they will win. But Forza Ferrari, we'll see. And then the Red Bull, they are fast. Imola zero point 0.6 of a gap on the P2. Damn, that was incredibly fast. I don't know where that guy churns out that much of time, how he drives, what he does. Whew. But whatever it's been a good year for racing, to be honest. Hmm, I would say that because all the teams are turning up after the regulations were changed. Seeing Williams perform well for a change, even though they haven't performed that good. Yeah, well, whatever. Anywho, there are 2 minutes to go for the next race, and I would like to take a break on this and be back in a bit. And we are gonna be on Daily Race C at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, which is a fun circuit to try, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just that it's too cramped up, it's a bit small, overtaking opportunities are a bit less. Let's talk on the boring part of the race and we'll concentrate on the opening and the fun part of the race, shall we? Yeah, let's do that at least. So we are starting P6, gunning for a P4 at the least. Short. We can start considering this the boring part of the race, but let's build up some more gap to the guy behind, then let's start talking. Oh, come on! Oh, come on, man. What's wrong? Ay. Having exceptionally bad race should be my middle name. Who likes to have bad races when they're streaming? Teacher, that's who. Hands up. Okay, we're gonna risk it without changing the tires, so we'll get a pad job real quick and we'll be off to the races again. just did a bad job and not a full pit stop. Struggling with my left rear tire right now. Not able to put the power down. I might as well increase my traction control now. Too far. Oh no, that doesn't help either. Trying to keep all my weight to the right hand side of the car. In the corners like this, you just can't possibly ask for it. No grip whatsoever. All we can do is finish the race. Just 3 seconds behind the leader. Best lap time was 124.79 and mine was 125.9. And that is not even the race leader who put in that time lapse. Some of the races just want to make you cry in the bed, under the blanket, to your death. Yeah, but it's all fine. You just gotta keep pushing. One race is bad, one race is good, apparently. Well, not every man has a century on all his games. Similarly, I think we'll leave it out for today evening and we shall see if we would like to race tomorrow. Or it could have been a one off thing where I would not stream again for a long time to come, possibly. Now that I was playing, it was fun until it wasn't, but it is always a good cheer up to race around on Brands Hatch and in general. So, yeah, on that note, have a good night to anyone that might have tuned in, and I'm pretty sure no one did, but yeah, well, have a good night.